How you darn? How you darn? How you darn? What's Gucci, people? How we feeling? How we living? Let us know who's here with us on a Sunday night.
Sunday night? How we feeling?
Wow. We aren't live typically on a Sunday night, but it's good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully your weekend was swell, and you're excited for the week that is up and coming. Let us know how the audio sounds. Let us know if Badake sounds okay or if his audio is not linked up. We'll try and kind of figure that out. We've been trying to work through that.
Yeah. Let me know how we feeling, how we looking. Hello.
Yeah.
What's happening, cats? I said, what's up, cats?
Where my cats at?
That's funny.
What's up, cats? Ready for some mock drafts with some of the coolest cats on the block. Nathan says, "What's up, G Money? What's up, Justin? What's up, Aqua? Lucky. What's up, Tebow? What's up, Ethan?" He says, "Down goes Jake Paul." That's right. And we can't take go any further without saying a huge thank you to Justin for the super chat. He wanted to just drop a joke for us as we start the stream. He says, Why can't you hear a pterodactyl going to the bathroom? Because the P is silent. You love the dad jokes. Dude, thank you so much for the super chat, Justin. Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. I was actually laughing at that when we were waiting to go live. How can I join? Badake, people are asking, how can they join?
Yeah, look, all you have to do is join our Discord, and link in the description below. We do have a Discord. If you know what Discord is, it's basically a platform where you can come in and join our community. We have over, 1,400 now in our Discord. So come in, great community. Go to Dynasty, damn it. Dynasty mock draft tab. That's where exactly I'll be posting the link here for you guys to join. This first come, first serve. But it's okay because we go live. Usually we go live Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week is a little bit different because we do have some things in the schedule this week. So this week we're going to be live.
We'll be live. We're basically just going
Thursday.
live tonight instead of tomorrow. We won't be live tomorrow night. So we're just going live tonight instead of tomorrow. Have some things that we need to, some meetings we need to be at, and some things we're excited to talk to you guys about very, very soon. No spoilers though.
But join our Discord if you want to be part of this mock draft.
Yes, that's right. I'm a J cat. I love it. Dogs go meow, cats go wolf. What's up, Skylar? Oh, thank you for the sub. I didn't even get a notification about that. Weird. Like it didn't do anything in my ear. Normally it does.
No. Yeah, I didn't hear anything either.
Was the sound on?
I didn't hear. I guess I didn't hear anything at all, to be honest. Unless I missed it. Unless it just went over my head there.
Yeah. All right. Well. Sorry.
No, Shane said he sent me a trade, but I don't know if I got anything. Okay, yes, I see it. I see it now.
Okay. Well, we're doing a Dynasty rookie draft. We'll talk about the landing spots here in a second. Those landing spots are in the description below. They're also in the Discord. And I also put them in the chat just earlier today. So we are going to be doing, like we've said, a Dynasty rookie draft. Discord is how you can join. So let's go ahead and send that link out. Badake, let's send that link out. Let's get some people in here.
Yeah, here we go. I have a spot. You have a spot. Okay, here we go.
Metal Show says, evening. A lot of rumors related to Swift these days. I know, man. I feel like those rumors that are coming out has kind of been what I've been saying and what I've been thinking and alluding to for the last couple weeks. Just really not so sure on his long-term future with Detroit. And those were just rumors, but they do kind of support that theory.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with Swift.
Yes, we will. All right, so welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We are using the here. Let's get on the same page for 1 second, okay? We're doing a Dynasty Superflex rookie draft. It is not tight end premium. It is PPR, and we're using the landing spots from DraftWire, which I'll paste in the chat. It's also in the description below. We're using the landing spots here from DraftWire. So they have the Colts trading up to 1 for Bryce Young, which we've seen that happen before. Not all that surprising.
That's right.
Oops, not that. Then we have CJ Stroud going to the Texans at 2. Next, we've got Will Levis to the Panthers at 6. It looks like the Panthers traded up. Then the Raiders get Anthony Richardson with the very, very next pick. And then we head into the teens. Oh, well, close. At 12, the Texans take Quentin Johnston. Then we go all the way down to
Detroit.
Detroit, who takes Bijan Robinson with the 18th overall pick. I think Detroit's a real sleeper for Bijan. Like I've said, my discomfort with Swift's security there. This is sexy. The Chiefs trade up for Jordan Addison. I mean, that's a hot trade right there. We love to see that. That is spicy. The Giants trade up to get Jackson Smith and Jigba, which I've talked about this before. I feel like teams are going to have to trade up to get some of these wide receivers, and that's what we're seeing in this mock draft. The Chargers go Jalen Hyatt. Interesting. Good landing spot for him, for sure. The Jaguars go Michael Mayer, so you're assuming that we're not going to have Evan Ingram returning to that team.
Yeah.
The Bengals go Dalton Kincaid at the end of the first, which is a nice landing spot. The Ravens grab Zay Flowers out of Boston College. And then we go into the second round here, where we see the first offensive player, Jahmyr Gibbs, to the Raiders at 38. Then the Panthers go Josh Downs. So they get Will Levis and Downs, as well as DJ Moore on that team. That's kind of their core. The Titans go Darnell Washington. Then we see Tyler Scott to the Patriots in the second round. Why would the Patriots... Like, again, no offense to Tyler Scott. I know there's a lot of Tyler Scott fans out there. We're really doing this 2 years in a row. We just drafted Tyquan Thornton. Like, I really don't understand why they would do that, but here we are.
Yeah.
Luke Musgrave goes to the Dolphins.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. That's nice.
That's fun.
Then we see Rashee Rice to the Cowboys, which is good draft capital, good landing spot.
Not
Definitely
bad.
Tucker Kraft goes to the Lions. We like to see that as well. Cedric Tillman to the Bears. And then I think we're getting into the third round here, where we see Hendon Hooker go to the Saints in the third. Marvin Mims to the Titans in the third round.
Oh, okay, Marvin.
To Tajay Spears to the Dolphins in the third. We like that. Green Bay Packers get Sam Laporta.
Love it.
What else here? What else do we have here? Tank Dell goes to the Seahawks in the third, which is interesting for sure. Definitely intriguing. The Vikings get Tanner McKee. That's very interesting in the third round.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys go Devin A-Chain in the third. The Bills get Kayshon Boutte in the third.
Bodie. That's nice.
Okay. Tank Bigsby goes to the Ravens. I keep talking about this spot. I think it's perfect. He goes to the Ravens in the third round. Zach Evans goes to the Cardinals in the third round. There's some cool spots here. The Browns get Jaden Reed.
Yeah, it's not bad.
A.T. Perry goes to the Niners. R.I.P. And that is it for this 3-round mock. So you guys can look at all those landing spots. This link is in the description below. Let's go ahead and get this thing popping. We'll stop after each round and just talk about the round as a whole. Bijan Robinson goes 1-1 as he goes to the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Let me see. Bryce Young off the board. Anthony Richardson. Okay.
There it is.
So Anthony Richardson goes off the board. And then Jordan Addison. I knew we'd see a Chiefs bump for Jordan Addison. We have never seen him this high. I'm not saying that he shouldn't go this high, but I just knew we'd see a bump for Jordan Addison after he went to the Chiefs.
Yeah. I mean, they traded up, which means it kind of means a lot. It means a lot.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
So,
you know me. I'm a best player available guy. I'm a ride with the talent type guy. So I'm gonna happily take my wide receiver 1 here, Jackson Smith and Jigba. And I think the person at the 1-6 is feeling like they have potentially robbed someone because they have a lot of great options there. Oh, I didn't realize C.J. Stroud was still there.
I was about to say.
That's my bad. That's my bad, guys. That's my bad. I thought Stroud was gone. In my head, he was already gone. That's on me.
I guess because it was Anthony Richardson. Like when you see those two red things at the 101, 102, or 102, 103, you automatically think it's Stroud and Bryce.
Yeah, and I thought the person I was referring to was Gibbs falling to the 106. I didn't even realize that Stroud was there.
Oh my God. I was like, Stroud is there. I was like, wait, wow.
Yeah. Okay, Charbonnet went to the Eagles in the third. Good to know. There goes Gibbs off the board. Charbonnet off the board. Yeah, wow. If you're at the 106 and CJ Stroud falls, then you're feeling like an absolute king. And that's a wake up moment for me. Wake the hell up. Quentin Johnston goes at the 1-9. Honestly, I think I think I'm still going Johnson over Charbonnet here. I mean, Johnson's the 12th overall pick. He goes to the Texans. He's linking up with C.J. Stroud. I think I'm still going Quentin over Charbonnet, but I can respect it.
Let's see what Jake does here. He's got a couple options. I'm trying to double check to see if there's any wide receivers that went as well in this first. Ooh, okay. Wow. So Hyatt though to the Chargers. That's a nice spot for Jalen at least. But you know how we feel about him.
Yeah, doesn't matter where he goes for me. There goes Zach Evans off the board. This mock draft is switching some stuff up for sure. Oops. So Zach Evans, who went to the Cardinals in the 3rd round. Nice. He ends up going here at the 110. And now Badake, you're up on the clock.
That makes my decision easy. He goes to Carolina. Frank Wright, DJ Moore, Will Levis. You know, you kind of grow there. It makes it seem like he's going to be the day one starter there without any competition, unless they bring in a veteran. But I'm okay to grab Will Levis.
I think that makes a ton of sense for sure. I think that's you know, you're feeling good about getting Levis that late. All right, let's pause here. So obviously, C.J. Stroud falling to the 1-6 is one of the biggest surprises of the first round. That's definitely on me. I don't know why in my head he was already gone. But you got to feel good getting C.J. Stroud at the 1-6.
Yeah, no, I mean these are good places for some of these guys, or falling for some of these guys.
Sure, Charbonnet over Johnston. I don't think I can do that, but I can respect it. And then as much as I love Zach Evans, I think I gotta go Will Levis over Zach Evans. Love Zach Evans. 3rd round capital is good for what we're expecting. Cardinals, I mean, that's a great spot. You can definitely beat out James Conner over the next year. But Will Levis is a top 6 pick in the draft in a super flex format.
Where did Zach Charbonnet? Oh, he went to the Eagles.
He went to the Eagles in the 3rd round, yeah.
Wow.
So
okay.
I think I still gotta go Levis over some of those guys. And I'm not even a Levis, believer. Mayer goes off the board at the 112, makes a ton of sense. He went to the Bengals, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, he did not go to the Bengals, because that was
No, he went to
the Jags.
The Jags. Yeah, Dalton went to the Bengals.
Yeah, so he went to the Jags.
2 first-round tight ends.
Yeah, which makes a lot of sense. And Zay Flowers goes at the 2-1. He was the Ravens' first-round pick, so good to see Zay Flowers getting a little bit of respect there. And the Combine, man, it is not far away. Combine is coming up soon. In fact,
it's next week.
Pretty sure it's this weekend.
It's the end of this weekend. Yeah, so we'll definitely be up and running and live for at least for the I would say wide receivers, running back for sure. Hey, we haven't really spoke about a schedule about that, so we keep you guys we'll keep you guys updated about what we're going to be doing there. But
yeah,
most likely the skill positions for fantasy.
All right, let's go ahead and head into the second round here. See what's popping.
Not the best idea. Not that many people on the Sunday. I guess not that many people,
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I just refreshed. It's 111.
Is it?
It was. Hold on. Am I tripping?
Mine says 56 people watching.
Mine said. Well, I just refreshed it. Mine says 112.
Oh.
Is there 112 people?
I have no idea how many people are watching right now. Mine said 50.
That's why I said. That's why I looked at it. I was like, oh, not that many people. And then I
bless you. Alan, bless you.
Yeah, Alan. Babe, everyone said bless you.
It was just me, but it's fine. Give everyone the credit.
Okay. Everyone gets the credit. Wow. Okay. That's so weird.
Shout out to the 111 people watching. Then do us a favor and drop a like. That's very kind of you guys hanging out with us on a Sunday night. Hey, let's go ahead and set the like goal at 100 likes. If we hit 100 likes, we will pop off a second rookie draft for you guys. So do us a favor. If you have yet to drop that like, go ahead and smash it for us. Had no idea that many people were watching. That's awesome. Boutte off the board. That's tough. That's kind of who I was wanting to grab there.
Mm-hmm.
So
he landed in a decent spot as well. But continue.
Yeah, he did land in a decent spot.
He went to the Bills in this one.
So Hyatt goes off the board. Boutte goes off the board. Okay. let me just double check a couple things before I make my pick here.
Yeah, there's a couple good guys there.
I'm just gonna refresh my mind.
I'm putting some people on the queue right now, just so I can remember. All right, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm looking at my options here. I'm looking at my options.
He's looking. Let's see where he's gonna go.
Tyler Scott's available. No disrespect. No disrespect.
Good draft capital.
He's gonna run so fast, and then he's gonna get overdrafted. Ooh, this could be interesting.
I wonder. I'm thinking of the person that you might go. There's one guy I think you would go here.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if you would take him right now. I feel like it's a bit early.
Yes, there is someone that I have my mind on that I think it's a bit early. But this is kind of the perfect landing spot.
Mm-hmm.
We consistently talk about this being the best landing spot for a running back. The draft capital is good. I can see how they would use this player. Well. Okay. That's my fault for not being on top of it. I'm going to take Dalton Kincaid, who went
draft capital. Went to the Bengals in the first round.
Yeah, he went to the Bengals in the first round. So, by the way, this tight end class is really good, guys. This is a very good tight end class. Do not sleep on this tight end class as a whole. It's great. Yeah. I mean,
a lot of depth for sure.
We've heard a couple people talk about in the first 3 rounds, we could see 10 tight ends off the board. I'm not so sure about that, but in the first 3 rounds, I feel very confident that we will see 6 at minimum tight ends off the board. It's a good class. Could be multiple guys in the first round, multiple guys in the second round. So I like Kincaid here to the Bengals. And I'm not someone who believes that the Bengals will move on from T. Higgins. If they do, though, they add another receiving weapon to the offense. So Rashee Rice was another name I was considering. He did go to the Cowboys in the second round, and they desperately need someone to step up opposite side of CeeDee Lamb. There is one name that I wanted to spice it up and have a little fun with this name, but unfortunately, auto pick got to him first. So
let's see if he lands to me here, but I doubt it.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Yeah. Devin A. Chain. Where'd he go? He went to a Devin. He went to the Cowboys, it looks like in the 3rd round.
Yeah, he did.
Right before,
so A-Chain goes off the board. That's who I was about to talk about, was Tajay Spears. He went to the Dolphins in the 3rd round. You know, the Dolphins so far under Mike McDaniels, it's not been long, so they could very much switch this up. But so far, they have chosen these small, quick running backs in their backfield, right? Raheem Mostert was there. Jeff Wilson, I guess, the exception. Myles Gaskin before Mike McDaniels. Hey, thank you so much for the super chat, John. We'll get to that one second.
Thank you, brother.
So Tajay Spears could fit the mold of what they're looking for. That's intriguing. It's a good landing spot. Let's get to John's question here. Thank you so much for the super chat, John.
Yeah.
He says, would you guys trade the 201 and 206 for 108? 12-team, super flex, start 10, coming out of rebuilding, trying to compete. Quarterbacks are Fields, Mac, Pickett, Love. Running backs are Hall. I guess just Hall. Wide receivers are Higgins, London, Pickens. Okay, he has a 101, 201. Yeah, personally, I am comfortable grabbing the 108 for the 201 and the 206. I think if that was like the 201 and the 202, I might have some more reservations. But I feel like that like the 205 or so feels like a cutoff point. So, and to get up to the 108, that's, you know, that tier cutoff is really like the 110 onward. So I like that move. I think that makes a lot of sense.
I definitely like it as well. I mean, look who he got here. I mean, in reality, Bobby Quinton could potentially go there. You know, a Michael Mayer, depending on how your league falls. Maybe even Jordan Addison. I know he got really good draft capital, so you see him at the 1-4, but so many options at the 1-8 that you can get. So I really like the opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, bless you. Mighty Boot says, bless you, Miss Badake.
Yeah, so thank you. Is this link tripping for anyone?
No.
Okay, never mind. It was tripping for me for a quick second.
Tillman at the 2. I mean, there's a specific name on the board that I like. I like the draft capital that he got. I think he should have been off the board by now. Let's see what you do. But there's one name I have in mind specifically that I think should have been drafted by now.
Yeah, I think I might know who it is. I'm just double checking to see. Bro, what's going on right now? Let me just make my pick because I am going to run out of time. It's Tank. He went to the Baltimore Ravens in the 3rd.
That's not who I... Oh, yeah. Tank Bigsby, yeah. I thought you meant Tank Dell. Yes, I agree.
Tank Bigsby. He went to the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
He went to Baltimore Ravens in the 3rd round. And it kind of just makes sense, especially, do they move on from J.K. Dobbins, or is he more of like a role player? He's going to be taking, 50-50 workload. Yeah. So it's definitely very interesting to see Tank go there, especially getting him at the 211. I'm really comfortable there.
Yeah, I like that. I like that value. I mean, as much as we love J.K. Dobbins, there's no long-term security yet, and Tank Bigsby could play a big role there. So I do like Tank Bigsby there at the 211. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the end of the 2nd round. Any surprises here? Anything that surprised you drastically? Not really, hey.
Not really.
Maybe Tillman?
Tillman had a decent landing spot. I think he went to the Cowboys.
No, he went to the Bears with the...
Who went to the Cowboys?
I think it was the first pick of the 3rd round.
Yeah, so
the Cowboys got Rashee Rice.
Okay, never mind. So I like where Rashee. I think that makes sense then.
Okay.
Where did Luke Musgrave go? Didn't even think about Luke, to be honest.
Yep, Musgrave.
He went to the Dolphins as well. It looks like in the 2nd.
Which
51.
Like the player, I don't dislike the landing spot. I just struggle to see how he is fantasy relevant with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill there. So that's one of those guys where it's like, like the player, like the talent, but I don't think you're going to get an immediate answer on will he be fantasy relevant in year 1 with that crew. So you might look elsewhere. I think like with Bigsby, for example, you'll know by the end of year 1 if this is a valuable asset or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I would say not too many surprises there. But all right, guys, we are only 20 likes away from our like goal, which is 100. Do us a favor, drop a like. If we get to that 100 like mark, we will pop off another rookie mock draft for you guys, a whole new group of people. Also, do us a favor, and why don't you drop us a follow over on the Twitter sphere. We are trying to be more active, trying to start some conversations over there and just bring a little bit of insight. So do us a favor and drop us a follow, rather, not a like, but drop us a follow over on Twitter. I tweeted something out which we talked about in today's video, which I thought was very, very intriguing. And I actually used ChatGPT, and then I fact-checked this, but I used ChatGPT for this information here. So since 2000, only 3 wide receivers at 6'4" or taller have ran a 4.36 or faster 40-yard dash at the NFL Combine. Calvin Johnson, DK Metcalf, Christian Watson. That's it from the wide receiver position. I thought that was quite interesting to share. I said, do with this information whatever you want to do, but we had a Christian Watson video, and I thought that would be fun information to share. So drop us a follow over there on Twitter, and maybe we'll have some conversations. That's also where our Dynasty Trade show is moving. So if you want your trades to be considered for our Dynasty Trades show, that will now be on Twitter, not on Discord, where you submit your trades.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and start this 3rd round here.
Let's do what we do, baby. I'm so surprised of the people. I was not expecting at least 100 over.
You weren't expecting this many people watching? Yeah, same.
At least on the Sunday, like I was like, oh, people aren't used to the schedule. People coming are probably just gonna be chilling with their families or whatever. Yeah. But hey, shout out to you guys. Really excited that we can know that Sundays are a thing still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tucker Kraft goes off the board. He went to the Lions. Xavier Hutchinson was not drafted, unfortunately. And if Xavier doesn't get top 3 round draft capital, I would be surprised, but I would also have to move him down my rankings. There's no way I could just hold still there. Hendon Hooker, was he drafted?
He was.
He was to the Saints
He was to the
in the
Saints,
third round.
Yeah. He did go to the Saints, which is interesting. So there goes Darnell Washington.
Okay, I'm up on the board here. Darnell Washington goes. I mean, look.
He went to the Titans.
At this point, like, Sean Tucker's on the board. How do you not draft Sean Tucker?
It's just people going based off of the draft. The draft.
No, I'm just saying, like, me. How do I not draft Sean Tucker here?
Not draft Sean Tucker? Yeah.
Tyler
100%.
Scott's still on the board, even though he was just drafted.
Who? Tyler Scott?
This is Tyrone Scott, who went at the 212. I don't know if Full Send meant to draft Tyrone Scott. I'm assuming no.
I think it was surely he would have meant to draft Tyler Scott.
Yeah,
he said it. He said meant to draft Tyler Scott.
Okay. I was like, well, I can draft Tyler Scott right here. I mean, I'm not gonna draft him here. I know people like him. I'm not disrespecting him at all, but I just thought that was funny looking at my options. Sean Tucker, man. I mean, am I overlooking anyone?
Can't wait, man. Can't wait to see the guy.
What, like at the combine?
Yeah, I'm just excited to see.
Okay.
We haven't heard much about any of these guys.
We also have Marvin Mims, who went to the Titans.
We do.
Very intriguing options here.
It's my guy on my queue so far right now.
Well, I think he's probably not going to get back to you now.
Yeah, I know. So
I'm just looking through all my options here. All my options I'm looking at right now. Sorry, guys. Definitely not AT paired to the Niners. I mean, that's not worst case scenario, but I mean, when does AT pair become fantasy relevant?
Next big thing. Just never know.
Maybe they trade away Ayuk.
It's about to go 5, 4, 3,
really?
2. Yeah, it is on my screen, and you just got.
Okay, so you guys see that, right? I'm not the only one who just saw I had 9 seconds on the clock and it auto picked for me. This is just classic sleeper.
Well, you need to refresh your thing.
I had 9 seconds on the clock and it auto picked for me. Well, that's fine. I was gonna go either Sean Tucker or Marvin Mims, so I guess I'll go Sean Tucker there. Like the player, assuming he gets 4th round draft capital. So I'll take a shot on him here. I mean, that kind of feels like a steal based off of what we, how we like the player. And there's no guarantee that he returns value, but it feels good drafting him in the 3rd round.
Yeah, I was hoping for Marvin Mims or Sam Laporta there. Sam Laporta went to the Packers in the 3rd. Yeah, he went to the Packers in the 3rd, so that kind of messes me up. There goes Tanner McGee.
Let me know, by the way, guys, if you can hear the sounds from the mock draft now, and if it's too loud or if it's too low, just let me know.
Okay. I think at this point, no one else has gotten drafted that it's available, so I'm gonna go best player available. I'm gonna go with Chase Brown. Chase Brown downtown to the Browns.
Okay, Chase Brown off the board. Sounds good. Okay, everyone's saying sounds good.
Yeah, nice. Tank definitely still got draft capital.
Tank in the 4th round. There's a couple names I have my eye on. Let's see if they fall. But yeah, there's a couple names. Okay, that's one of them. That's another.
Boom, boom, boom. There's still one more I think you would like to go. Let's see. Oh, actually, somebody did get drafted. Maybe not.
Okay, Mo Ibrahim off the board. At this point, you just go best player available in your rankings.
Yeah.
Oh, did Jaden Reed get drafted yet?
Yeah, shit. I was like, that was the absolute last guy. He did get drafted. He didn't get drafted, but he did get drafted in mock.
Yeah.
Browns in the 3rd.
Browns in the 3rd? They really can't afford to add any huge pieces alongside Amari Cooper yet. DPJ is there. I mean, why not? Let's take a shot on Jaden Reed here, wide receiver out of Michigan State. I'll tell you what, I'd feel much better about this mock if it was CJ Stroud at the 105, but this is still a good haul. I feel good about this crew here.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
Charlie Wilson. Do you mean Michael Wilson? Or is there a Charlie Wilson? I know Charlie Jones. I know Charlie Jones and I know Michael Wilson. Are you talking about one of those guys? Or is there actually someone named Charlie Jones that we're missing?
I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah. Charlie Jones from Purdue. He's a senior this year. Okay. Yeah. Fair.
All right. Yeah, it's this guy.
Yeah, I forgot about that guy.
What a guy.
Jaden Reed's a beast. Great at high pointing the ball and catching in traffic. Yeah, let's see what he can do on the Browns. Sorry, guys, we can't keep up with every single comment. We'll do our best, but if you do have something that you urgently want answered, we do reply to Super Chat straight away. And by the way, John Smith, thank you so much for the Super Chat, man. That was very kind of you, as well as Justin on today's stream. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, Dwayne McBride and then Tyler Scott.
The real Tyler Scott. Look at those Kenny McIntosh.
Where would Michael Scott get drafted? That's my question. Michael Scott 101?
Michael Scott 102 maybe.
Who are you taking over?
Jim 101.
Jim 101?
Jim 101 for sure.
Hey, well, to be fair, if Jim left the show, it would suck. But when Michael left the show, it went downhill real quick.
Yeah, fair. It's just, I think, yeah, everything was like revolved around him. So like when he left, it was just like, okay.
Yeah, he was a centerpiece.
Yeah, he was a centerpiece. And when you remove the centerpiece or you try to switch it out, it was just so tough. But I think Parker Washington here.
Parker Washington at the 411. Wow.
Creed definitely a sleeper pick for sure.
Kevin. Toby staying on waivers. Oh gosh. Hey guys, we just need 5 more likes to reach our like goal, which is 100, and then if we get that, we will pop off another rookie mock for you. Honestly, I kind of want to do another rookie mock because some of the spots are really interesting.
For sure.
Intriguing, compelling. People want us to use more words than interesting at times. Very compelling spots in today's mock draft. So if we get to that 100 likes, we will absolutely pop off one right here for you. In fact, we want to do that for you. So do us a favor, drop a like. Let's get to that 100 like mark, and we are going to go ahead and pop off another one for y'all here.
Send that link to me.
Is there any... Let's look at steals of the draft for this first one. Right? Who would you say is the steal? You can only choose one name.
The steal. Okay.
The steal of the draft. Who would it be here?
I would say I personally have 2, but I would just say one. I think it has to be CJ falling at the 1-6.
I agree. Well, I mean, this dumbass at the 1-5.
In the first round, and I think in the second round, I would say Tajay, potentially.
Hard because it's only landing spot that we feel that way.
Based off landing spot, like for sure. Right. Based off landing spot and where he went and the thought process and his trajectory of how successful he can be in this offense is crazy. So
sure. But there's also a scenario in which he's, his size rules him out completely.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see that happening. It's definitely CJ for me and potentially Taj.
I think CJ's a really good shout. I said only choose one because then I would have more options. But no, that's okay. I would say
there's multiple people out there.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people. I mean, when I look at the board, Hutchinson, we don't know where he went. Otherwise, if we did, he might be in that category. But you probably have to put, honestly, Will Levis a little bit to get him at the 111. I know that was your pick, but just for a quarterback who went top 6 in the real NFL draft, and while I think he has massive bust potential, still, to be able to get him at the 111, we feel like the 111 is a real break point in tier, so to get him there feels very impressive.
Right.
But, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a brand new Dynasty rookie draft here. All of you guys are welcome to join, except for the people who just mocked with us. So Full Send, JR, G Money, Ronnie, JCO, Blim, Style, Team Crook and I, McD, do not join the next one. Let's leave some room for some other people in the community to join us today. But if you do want to join us, you can join our Discord with the link in the description. Also, I just pasted it in the chat, and we will send out the link to join, which I'm about to send now to Daniel Badake, like cake. Here you go. There it is for you. And Badake's going to send that here in a second. Let me just make sure I name this part 2, the remix.
Gangsta Grills, you bastard.
Yeah, sure.
Right. If you want to join this mock draft, guys, like Zach said, all you have to do is join the Discord with the link in the description or in the chat. Go to Dynasty, Dynasty mock draft tab, and that's exactly where I'll be posting a link. You can kind of see that. I post other links there. It is first come, first serve. And you are in. So I'm sending this link out here in 3, 2, there you go. And there you go.
Drafted the 12 for passing on Stroud. Honestly, I deserve it. All right, filling up a little bit slower than normal today, but wow. I mean, full send. No, sir. We're not starting. You're gonna get publicly shamed here, full send.
You'll actually be the first person to have joined again the second time ever in history. Imagine he doesn't leave though.
Please let some other people join here, full send. I know we just had you in the last one. We appreciate you. We love that you're trying to join, but let's get some other people in here, my man.
I wonder if he is watching us.
You can absolutely like exit, you know.
Oh wow!
All right, nice. There you go.
Hey, we appreciate you.
Full send. Let's get a round of applause for.
Let's get a round of applause.
Well done. We like it.
You're a great guy. You're a great guy. Gone. We didn't even kick him.
Hey, join us next time. No, I mean we technically can't kick people. We can just publicly humiliate them until they leave. All right, which that wasn't the goal, but we just want to make sure everyone gets a shot. Y'all know what's going on here. Okay, we're using the landing spots. Do we need to go over them again? No.
Nah, I think
you guys have them. You guys have these landing spots by now, and if you don't, it's in the description, and I will also paste it in the chat. All right, let's go ahead and start this thing off here.
Wow!
A whole new group of people. We'd love to see it.
Bring the wow back.
Bijan Robinson. No, God, no. Bijan Robinson at the 1-1. He went to the Lions in the first round. Oh, yeah, that wow was the worst thing.
It was worse than when you're doing a super flex mock and just like it was just going wow, wow, wow. Oh, fuck me. Anthony Richardson
goes at the 1-2. He went to the Raiders in this mock draft with the 7th overall pick. I've talked about A-Rich, you know, trying to put some respect on his name, but I think I'm still going Stroud and CJ over him.
CJ.
But he's definitely my QB3, and I'm drafting him in the top 6 picks for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go CJ because he's my QB1 still, and I love the landing spot still going to the Texans. I like both landing spots for both of these quarterbacks. Bryce goes to the Colts, Stroud goes to the Texans, and they also get him a weapon in this draft as well. So I feel pretty confident in that.
Okay, so we see those 3 quarterbacks off the board in the first 4 picks. Bryce Young is a Colt, CJ Stroud is a Texan, and A-Rich is a Raider. JSN goes off the board. He went to the Giants in the first round.
Come on, baby, talk it up. Oh my gosh, if the Giants come up and get Jackson Smith and Jigba.
And I feel like I have 2 very good options. Actually, I feel like there's a lot of really good options here at the 1-7, depending on what Herb does here. But I'm feeling pretty good about where I am right now.
No, it is good. It is good.
Someone says you can remove him. I don't know how to remove people, but we don't need to. Okay, Johnston goes off the board. I have Jahmyr Gibbs here available to me at the 1-7 and Jordan Addison. I mean, and Will Levis, to be fair.
Yeah, Gibbs went to the Raiders.
3 incredible options. Yeah, Gibbs went to the Raiders. Addison went to the Chiefs. Levis went to the
Panthers.
3 incredible options here. I mean, in this scenario, to be honest, if I truly was going to draft best player available, I might look to trade back with one of these guys at the 1-8, 1-9 because I feel pretty good about whatever option I can get if this was a real draft. But yeah, I'll go ahead and take Jordan Addison here. Once the Chiefs trade up to get him, I'll take him there at the 1-7. But Jahmyr Gibbs is falling so far, and someone's about to get probably the steal of the draft.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what they go, because there it is.
There goes Jahmyr Gibbs at the 1-9. That is crazy talk. Wow. Insane. Insane in the membrane. There goes Sharby. He went to the Eagles in the 3rd. Skylar says, damn, Bijan didn't fall to me at the 12. Didn't have a backup planned.
Yeah, right.
So now at 12, you still have some very good options available to you.
Josh Downs went at the 1-11 to the Panthers in the 2nd.
Will Levis is his quarterback, so that could be good. They come in together, or that could just be atrocious. There, we don't know what would happen.
Could be. Let's see. Couple of different options.
Let's see what Sutang's about to do here. But hey, guys, thanks for hanging out with us here on a Sunday night. So Michael Mayer is the pick.
Yeah.
So that first round is in the books. I think you gotta put Jahmyr Gibbs as the steal of the first round at the 1-9. This is a player that we have consensus top 6, top 5. So for him to fall to the 109, that feels like very, very good value for Mac Attack. Any other names you wanted to point out?
No, I think that kind of makes sense. I would say maybe Josh Downs is a little bit too early, even though I do like him. I think there are some other people potentially out there. Actually, maybe, yes, there is one other player I would have taken over him based off the landing spot. But it's actually just on the edge there. Okay. Where you could have just waited to get somebody else, or you should have gotten somebody else actually.
Okay, fair. All right, let's go ahead and start this second round up. Nate is back on the clock. Gibbs at the 109 is wild. I agree. Tally, we've heard people talk about Kevin White for sure.
There goes Keyshawn.
What's up, Drusiv? He says, I feel like the Chargers trade up for JSN. That would be great. I mean, one of my comps for JSN is Keenan Allen, so that would be fun to see him.
I did have the Chargers draft. Was it the wide receiver or was it a running back?
You tell me, bro.
No, in the realistic landing spot videos.
Yeah, I don't remember. I
forgot where I put one of those guys.
So Keyshawn Boutte goes off the board. He went to the Bills in the 3rd round, and now Aquative is on the clock. Lots of good options still out there available for him. And I was gonna say we still have a first round wide receiver available.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, I think Zay Flowers probably could have went at the 111. First round draft capital. I love the landing spot. He links up there with Lamar Jackson if he does stay. So I definitely like that landing spot. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna continue potentially with that first round draft capital. There is one more player that went in the 1st, and I do like his landing spot. He's a tight end. His name is Dalton Kincaid. Okay. And I'm okay taking him here at the 2-3. Yep. He went to the Cincinnati Bengals.
In the 1st, yeah. Zay Flowers getting him at the 2-2. That's pretty nice. I mean, I said this all last year with Jahan Dotson. Don't let a first-round wide receiver that you like fall out of the first round of a rookie draft. Jalen Hyatt did also go in the 1st round. So if you like him, then, because I know there are people out there who like him, he falls to the Chargers in the 1st round, then yeah, you should probably take him in the 1st round. Now, I don't like Jalen Hyatt. I like Jahan Dotson as a prospect. He got 1st-round draft capital. Lock it in. He should be a 1st-round pick. I like Zay Flowers. He got 1st-round draft capital. Lock it in. Probably should be a 1st-round pick. Yeah. But maybe this just speaks to the depth of the class. Right now we're talking about all these players who are steals, and we still like players, at the 2-4, the 2-3, the 2-2. So,
yeah, definitely some good opportunities here for some of these guys. So I think it was Jackson Smith. I went to go look it up right now. It is Jackson Smith and Jigba that I said to go to the Chargers, by the way, in that landing spot video. So I definitely do like that spot. Whoever said that in the chat earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is very intriguing. I mean, Jalen Hyatt here as well. You know, a field stretcher to go and for them to, for Justin Herbert to kind of just sling it and send it to his guy potentially. It could be dangerous, but I don't think the targets, the amount of targets that are going to be weighing on Jalen Hyatt is not going to be there as much as we want for fantasy.
Sure. So A-Chain goes off the board. Just ahead of me, he went to the Cowboys in the 3rd round. And I feel like I got to go Tajay here. I think Tajay is the best player available to me at this point. Goes to the Dolphins in the 3rd round. We love the Dolphins as a landing spot. Now, do I think Tajay is a better prospect than some of the other running backs on the board? Maybe not. But for him to get this draft capital and in this offense, I can envision already how Mike McDaniels would choose to use him. So
yeah,
I'll grab Tajay Spears here at the 2-7.
Yeah, I think that makes sense here. Let's see what Zach and Zach right next to each other.
Zach and Zach Coop. So there goes Rashee Rice, another really good option. He went to the Cowboys in the 2nd round.
Yeah,
and they'll go to the draft again and try and find someone to complement CeeDee Lamb. Maybe Rice is that answer. You take a shot on him at the 2-8, makes sense.
Yeah, I really like that spot for him. Just makes sense to go there. Go Luke Musgrave. He went to the Dolphins as well. Let me just double check that. But he did go to the Dolphins. Musgrave, yeah.
Okay, so Kendre Miller goes off the board, and Sean Tucker. We're drafting 2 running backs who weren't even drafted in the first 3 rounds. While there is still players available, including a running back who was drafted in the first 3 rounds. There he goes, Tank Bigsby. I find it difficult to draft Kendre if he doesn't get draft capital. I mean, I know we like the player, but we got a player who was drafted in the first 3 rounds, got that draft capital. I don't know. Of course, we don't know where Kendre and Sean Tucker went. I mean, in your mind, you can make whatever scenario up you want. Well, I drafted them here because I think they're going to go in the 4th round or, early 4th or whatever the case may be. But yeah. Tank Bigsby. I like Tank Bigsby at that late 2nd there at the 2-12. Any steals? I mean, probably Zay Flowers is still going to be one of the steals of this 2nd round for me.
I think it is Zay because I was saying we could have saw him at the 111. Yeah, I would say you can argue he goes above Zach Charbonnet potentially, depending on how you see that. But 111 going to the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson, if all those guys do come back with a new offensive coordinator, I think that's really sexy for Zay Flowers, personally.
Yeah, agreed. All right, let's go ahead and start this 3rd round.
Trying to see where this guy went.
Cedric Tillman off the board. Keep in mind, he was a Bear with the 1st pick in the 3rd round.
Yep.
Jason says, I feel like this class is strong at running back, wide receiver, and tight end, and actually not so much at quarterback. Personally, Jason, I would say this class is very strong at running back. Wide receivers, I think it's not as strong as last year's class, but it is still, they're still very good gems. The tight end class is definitely deep. I would say the quarterback class is good. So really, I would say wide receiver depth, like past those first 5 guys or so, I would say is the weakness of this class personally. But I like the quarterbacks in this class.
We've been pretty spoiled with the classes, the wide receiver classes for at least the last couple of years.
Yeah.
The Waddles, the Chases, the Olaves, all those guys, Garrett Wilsons, we were really spoiled for the past couple of years that some of these guys don't feel as strong anymore. All right, I'm on the clock here. Marvin Mims went off as well. Okay.
Okay. By the way, to end the stream, what I thought would be really fun is if we take control of 2 teams in the NFL draft and do a mock draft simulator live. Just a random thought I had. I think it could be really fun. So I want you guys to comment, what are the 2 teams that you want us to take control of. We'll do a mock draft together, and we'll try our best to draft the best pieces for them. So comment down below. Two teams that you want us to take over, and we will have a go at it. Maybe we'll choose two of our teams. Maybe I'll do Commanders, you do Cowboy or Giants. Sorry.
I was gonna say maybe we should do that because I just know personally. I feel like I know where my team will pivot if some guys aren't available. Does that make sense? Like I wouldn't know what to do if I had the Chargers. I mean, I have a good idea.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like more defensively, if they need like a linebacker or if they need a safety or I can do more of a offensive draft for those teams. But I think when it gets to defensive, I think I struggle a little bit. But I'm down to do it. This sounds exciting.
Yeah, I think it could be fun. Brett says, I want to know what Zach wants the Chiefs to do. We got Texans, Lions. We got Chargers. Fix the Bears. Pats. Falcons, Philly, Packers, Seattle, Eagles, and Giants. Okay, Rashawn Johnson goes off the board. I think at this point I'm going to go best player available, which to me, I would say best player available is probably Parker Washington.
Shout out to Parker, baby.
He went at the 4.11 last time, though, so I could let him fall. Let me see. Let me see how far he might fall then. Let's take Izzy here. Take a little Israel Abanikanda. Lions. I like Texans. Lions. A lot of people are saying Lions. 1 Lion, 2 Lion. I could do the Lions.
Sure. Chase Brown, Parker Washington, Tyler Kraft as well.
Hey, to make it more entertaining, just choose two teams that you want to do. I'll do the Lions and the Chiefs. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll do Lions and the Chiefs. Okay. You choose two, and let's just have fun and go from there.
Sure.
So Tucker Kraft goes off the board. Chase Brown, Parker Washington. So he didn't really fall. My bad. I probably should just draft him. Darnell Washington goes off the board, and now Sutang.
Woo.
Millie says, "Do Philly for Millie Badake." Brett says yes. Nice. Cowboys and Colts.
I was thinking I was going to do the the Giants and the Commanders, or Giants and the Eagles, or Giants and Texans.
Yeah.
But
up to you.
I'm just trying to see.
Up to you. I mean, we have a pretty great grasp on the offensive players. We do not have as good of a grasp on the defensive players. We've obviously learned about them over time, but they're not players that we necessarily study. So just keep that in mind before we do this.
I definitely know a handful of guys for like defensive or offensive linemen or a couple linebackers. But
yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do the Chiefs and the Lions. Who are you doing?
I'll do Giants and Eagles.
You're gonna do Giants and Eagles. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do Giants and Eagles. The Eagles has two first-round picks.
Okay.
In the first, so that could be interesting. Did Sam Laporta go? I'll take Sam Laporta here. I got 2 quarterbacks and 2 tight ends.
Okay. 2 quarterbacks and 2 tight ends.
2 quarterback. Hey, man.
We got 2 quarterback, 2 tight ends.
Pippin.
Bless her heart.
Yeah, you know what I started watching?
What?
The Outer Banks.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Like you're on season 1?
I'm on season 1. I heard I remember you were talking about how it was really good the first.
The first season I enjoyed. I think the second and third season just got so dramatic and unrealistic, and I just really don't love the acting in the second and third season. Like,
oh, really?
Just certain things I'm like, what? Me and Karina started watching season 3 yesterday, and after the second episode, we were like, I don't want to watch this anymore. I'm sorry.
Right.
So,
have you started watching Formula 1?
I already watched all of it.
Oh shit.
We will
Okay, well,
actually, dude. So it came out Friday night for us at 7 p.m. and we
yeah.
went to bed at 3 a.m. that day and watched all of it.
Oh, really? Yeah, I watched the first like 2 episodes, and it just got me pumped for the season because I want to finish the season before the season starts, right?
Yeah,
And just to have like a refresher of everything. Yeah, it's awesome.
I'll grab Puka here.
Puka
Remix. Yeah, I'll grab Puka there.
Zach Cooper says season 3 was fantastic of OBX.
I don't know, dude. I didn't think so. I just think a lot of it is so dramatic and like overdone and not realistic. It is a TV show, so maybe I'm not giving it enough credit. I don't know. Maybe it's just
I'm in the first season. Trying not to get too much spoilers alert. I'm in the first season.
Okay.
When John B is on the boat.
No spoilers.
Yeah, I'm just saying, just so you know, just to give. So first season, John B's on the boat with Cameron Ward, and they kind of have that conversation. He was like, "What do you know?" Okay. And then he runs away on the jet ski. That's it. Right. So that's where I'm at in that season.
How do I know if he really loves me?
Well, apparently it's huge, yo. I didn't know that. So I looked up the million followers. Like, these people are massive.
What, the show? I mean, yeah.
Like the OBX people. Yeah, like yeah. I didn't realize how big it was.
Yeah. All right. So here's what we're going to do as Sean and Su Tang make their last picks, guys. We're going to use PFF Mock Draft Simulator. Please keep in mind, we do not know the defensive players as well, anywhere near close as we know these offensive players. So keep that in mind. This is much more for fun than analysis, but I'm controlling the Lions and I'm controlling the Chiefs. Badake's controlling the Giants and he's controlling the Eagles. And we're going to make picks for them as we go. Did you want me to share my screen with you? Is that what you're going to say? Actually, I can't share my screen with you.
What I was going to do is I'm going to select every team, and we're going to do what, one round? Mm-hmm. How many rounds are we doing? Okay.
No, we'll do at least 3.
Okay.
Keep in mind, we only have to make 4 picks around.
Yeah. So
we can go as long as we want. Let's just vibe it out.
So mock draft. I'm gonna press enter, and I'm gonna choose. Oh, I can select the teams that I want to control. Mm-hmm. So okay. So
keep in mind, some of those players might not be available in my version of the mock draft, but yeah. So you can select Giants, Lions.
I'll select all of them, and then whichever. Actually, no.
Oh yeah, no, that can make sense.
I was gonna say, but the thing is, you will have to tell me every single player that's been picked. So there's no point. I'll just try and follow along on the live stream as much as possible.
Okay. This might be much more. Might be a better idea than execution, but here we go. We're doing a real NFL mock draft. We're gonna try and control 2 teams each. I got the Lions and the Chiefs. Badake has the Eagles and the Giants. Yeah. And keep in mind, we know the offensive players very well in depth, but we do not know the defensive players like that. So let's have fun with it. Here we go. I would say just to start the draft, to make it a little realistic, I think we can't force a trade without... Okay. We can't force a trade unless we control those teams. So never mind. We're going to leave the Bears on the clock.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens here. Okay,
so the first... Crazy, then we will control him. How about that?
Wow, Christian Gonzalez goes at 5. Okay, that was definitely someone I was considering for the Lions here. I do like Christian Gonzalez. I've never seen him go at 5. So that was interesting. Jalen Carter goes 1. Bryce Young goes to the Texans. Will Anderson to the Cardinals. CJ Stroud to the Colts. And Christian Gonzalez goes off the board. So I got the Lions on the board available to me.
The linebacker, cornerback, and defensive lineman.
The fun, unrealistic thing to do here would be like Will Levis or Anthony Richardson, right? Mm-hmm. And let's try and make it at least somewhat realistic. I don't think that they would do this. Right. Honestly, I feel like this is a very good cornerback class. There's a strong scenario here in which the Lions would trade back. I mean, there's no one on the board that screams the Lions should draft here. So let me just see what sort of offers. Let's say with Carolina. What if I wanted to trade with Carolina so they get their pick of quarterback here? So let's say I get the 9. I mean, keep in mind you're trading for a franchise quarterback here. So you get the 6. Give me your 39th. That has a 47% chance. I feel like that's fair. I feel like for you to go up and get your quarterback of choice over the Raiders, right, you give him a 2nd round pick. I feel like that's fair. No?
Yeah, I mean, let's see if PFF thinks it's fair. But
can I give you a fourth? Let's try and do this. Okay, I personally think that this feels more fair if it was just a first and a second, but to please the system, it looks like I'm also giving up a fourth. Is that at the 81st overall pick? So let's go ahead and offer this trade. And the trade was accepted. So now the Carolina Panthers are on the clock. They jumped the Raiders, so now they get their exact choice of quarterback here. I get the 39th pick. I feel really comfortable with who's going to fall to me at the 9. So I think the Lions are in a prime spot to trade back. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. Okay, so the Panthers go Will Levis. The Raiders choose not to draft a quarterback. So maybe the Panthers ended up, unless the Raiders really wanted Will Levis, maybe the Panthers ended up regretting that trade. Right. Witherspoon goes off the board, though. That was who I was wanting, so maybe that just bit me in the ass a little bit. So we need defensive line. We need a linebacker, cornerback. There's no way I'm taking a linebacker here. I'm just looking at my options. Probably cornerback is the play here, but keep in mind, guys, we have a pick at 18. I like the cornerbacks in this class. Let me just look at the cornerbacks available. All right, a lot of them have gone earlier than anticipated. I didn't think Gonzalez would go that high or Witherspoon. Yeah. So maybe I shouldn't risk it too much. Cam Smith could be available late. I just feel like Joey Porter maybe. I don't know. How many teams need a quarterback?
Joey kind of makes sense there, but I mean.
Yeah. This is tough. This is tough because it feels a little too early for me to go one of these cornerbacks, but maybe I have to read the room and I have a couple picks to make options with. Alternatively, I know it's crazy, but we could build on our strength already, which is offensive line. We already have a very strong offensive line. There's a lot of offensive linemen that are available here. Paris Johnson, Peter Skoronski, Broderick Jones. Miles Murphy feels like a Detroit Lion, though. A lot of people are very on two sides of the coin there. Is it crazy that I could... do I trade back again? Is it possible to trade back again?
I don't think the Lions would personally do that. I think they would probably trade back to get some draft capital, knowing that a quarterback is available. But they would definitely take best player available on their board. Yeah. Obviously, they wouldn't go with Quentin. I think it will probably be like.
I feel like I could trade back with like the line with the Jets. That would put me in a comfortable spot. But let's not make it too complicated. All right. We already traded back. We already got some capital. The cornerbacks are going early. Let's draft Joey Porter Jr. out of Penn State here, and hopefully fill a need that is very clearly there for the Detroit Lions. So we traded back. We probably still wanted cornerback. We lost out on Devin Witherspoon. I think Joey Porter is probably a better athlete. Most people would agree with that. He probably has a better size, but technically Devin Witherspoon is the better player technically. So you're on the board here. What are you thinking? You got a lot of options here. You got Quentin Johnston, Brian Branch. I mean, maybe just pull up PFF's big board like you're doing this and see.
Yeah, I have it up already.
What are you thinking?
My first thought process here is like they said the Eagles need a wide receiver. I don't see that. I think they need more offensive linemen. Jason Kelce, 30 years old. Lane Johnson, what is he? Over 30 years old. How old is Lander Dickerson?
He's very young. He was just drafted a couple years ago.
Okay, so
and they have a center coming in to replace
Kelce
when he leaves. They already have that problem solved. But you're right. I mean, they could build on a strength there.
They could build on a strength here. I think they would still go. I mean, I'm looking at the line. I'm looking at lineman Paris Johnson, Peter Skoronski. I think that makes sense. They have two first round draft picks here at the 10, and then later on down the board in the 30th pick. So, and I'm looking at defensive and I feel like they have a really young defense. I'm gonna go one of these tackles here, or one of these offensive linemen. I would say best player available would be Peter Skoronski. Personally, tackle out of Northwestern.
I like it.
And then I'm pretty sure I don't know much. Once again, I don't know much.
He can play anywhere on the line.
Yeah, exactly. I would say he could probably play anywhere on the line. So when Lane goes, when Kelsey goes, or even if when that offensive lineman that's coming in for Kelsey later on is not as successful, maybe they'll slide in Peter Skoronski to go there.
Yeah. Okay, we'll make the pick here in a second. I like it, by the way. I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense. A lot of people are kind of higher on Peter. They're lower on Peter. I like Peter Skoronski. He probably plays guard to start, so you can put him left guard, right guard, but he can probably play tackle. I mean, so let's go ahead and draft him here. So you make your pick, and let's see what happened here. So Johnston went to the Titans. Miles Murphy went to the Texans. So the Texans missed an opportunity to draft a really good wide receiver.
Yeah, interesting.
Wow, Anthony Richardson to the Patriots. That's hot. Brian Branch to the Packers makes a ton of sense. Michael Mayer to the Commanders makes a ton of sense. And Broderick Jones to the Steelers. I mean, that makes a ton of sense. The only thing that surprised me is Miles Murphy that high. Not to say that he's not deserving, but they probably should have gone wide receiver there. Maybe Johnston is who they wanted.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's an interesting draft. I would say one thing I would highlight the Texans, very disappointing. And I said this last time in a couple of our live streams. It feels like a very disappointing move if the Texans don't invest in get your franchise quarterback and get the offensive weapon in your wide receiver one that he can grow with and build with. I understand Miles Murphy is probably just as good, but I don't know. I guess in their board, best player available.
Yeah. Okay. We got a lot of options here. Brian Bresee is kind of staring me in the face, and he's another one of those players that's very polarizing, highly recruited prospect out of high school. You either love him or you don't. Might be a little too early for him though, but he just feels like he really fits the Detroit. The city of Detroit just feels like he really fits that.
Would it be crazy if they drafted a tight end or Bijan?
The two names, and I wanted to not be so biased in my fantasy mind, but the two names I was really considering here as well, which I think could be really fun, is Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
And Michael Mayer as well.
Because you think of the history and all the rumors already with Swift right now. 1, 2, with Big Dan Campbell loving the tight end position, being the tight end coach, coming up the levels to be that guy. He's probably looking at Michael Mayer right there and saying, oh my God. But he's also looking at Bijan Robinson and saying, holy shit.
I know, dude. I keep saying I don't think they're going to rock with Swift long term. That offense was already incredible. The offensive line is great. Your run game was already good. Do you build on a strength here and draft Bijan Robinson? Thanks for the super chat, Aaron.
Aaron, we'll definitely get to that. I would personally say, I've said this before, I don't see how Bijan Robinson falls outside the top 10. I don't see him getting into the 20s. I don't see how you continue to let Bijan fall here. Not as a NFL GM.
Well, right? I'm the GM here. So if you want to make a trade and come up for him with one of your teams, then do so. Do we want to make a trade here for the Eagles? I'm just kidding. They wouldn't trade up for Bijan.
Yeah, that's too big of a
You're the GM of your team.
I know.
Look, I think Bresee makes a lot of sense here because they do need help on that line, interior wise. Their edges are pretty good. I think that might be the smart pick, but I'm here to have a little bit of fun. We don't have to be super realistic. We're going to draft Bijan Robinson here with the 18th overall pick. I would say the best player available at that point of the draft. To me, the best player available. So we'll go ahead and draft him there.
Wow.
And sorry to Swift owners, but we can't let this blue chip fall any further. So Jackson Smith-Njigba goes to the Bucks. Weird. The one area they didn't need help in, they decided to draft. I love the player, but weird. Jordan Addison goes to the Seahawks. Brian Bresee. So it wasn't too far off there. He goes to the Chargers, which I'm not sure. I mean, I guess I can see it. Zay Flowers to the Ravens. Osiris Torrance to the Vikings. I like that.
Yeah, that's who I was. Okay, continue.
You're on the board here now with the Giants. What are you thinking? You are a New York Football Giant fan.
Can you take me through who are the top 3 wide receivers? Or who are the top 2 wide receivers? Because I just don't know.
Okay, so you have Josh Downs available to you. I mean, if you were to ask PFF, they would say Tank Dell, right? So I feel like that's a huge reach for both you and I.
No.
But Josh Downs is available. Keyshawn Boutte, Jalen Hyatt. I would say those are the main guys you would consider here.
Okay. Now take me to the offensive linemen.
Okay. Yep. Are you thinking tackle?
Yeah.
Or interior?
I'm thinking more I think tackle. We definitely need a interior.
Not a lot of good options at this point in the draft, but you got Anton Harrison, DeJuan Jones out of Ohio State.
Okay, that's fine. Probably not.
Darnell Wright. A lot of people like Darnell Wright.
What about sorry, I know this is a bit difficult. I'm looking more now for corners.
Okay, cornerback. Cornerback, you got Deontay Banks. A lot of people like Deontay Banks. Tyreek Stevenson, he had huge hype out of the Senior Bowl. If you are a Kelee Ringo guy, Kelee Ringo's here. Cam Smith is still on the board.
Okay.
From South Carolina. We like Cam Smith a little bit more than I think PFF does. But apparently, read the board. I mean, he's the 69th overall player. You could probably get him later according to PFF.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, this is difficult. I don't think they will go for any of these guys. Okay, what about tight end?
I was going to say there's not been a tight end drafted yet.
So Michael Mayer is still on the board?
He is.
Okay. This is wild.
Did he go? Am I missing something?
Is he not available?
Sorry, he went to the Commanders. I'm a dumbass.
Oh, okay.
He went to the Commanders.
That makes it so tough now.
But you have your choice of Kincaid, Musgrave. I know we like both of those guys a lot. If you want to go tight end, Kincaid kind of. I mean, he kind of fits your need.
I would say this because I don't like the players available for cornerback or interior lineman, unless obviously I don't know much about some of these guys. I was hoping for Osiris Torrance potentially full if he was there, and if he was, I definitely would have drafted him over some of these positional team or positional guys. So give me Dalton Kincaid.
Okay, I like that.
It's just a bit tough not knowing the depth and how good some of these guys are.
Yeah. So Dalton Kincaid goes off the board to your New York Football Giants. I think it makes a lot of sense because you guys need help at receiving just in general. You need receiving options on your team.
Yeah,
Dalton Kincaid might be the best receiving tight end in the class. You get him here at the 25th pick. Jalen Hyatt goes to the Cowboys. Lucas Van Ness goes to the Bills. Tyreek Stevenson goes to the Bengals. Antonio Johnson goes to the Saints. And now you're on the clock here with the Eagles. The first pick, you went Peter Skoronski, so you addressed offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking here now?
Okay. They have to figure out what's going to happen with James Bradbury.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt they re-sign him and bring him back. I'm looking more at a cornerback. Who's available here?
Deontay Banks looks like he's the top-rated cornerback available.
Guy there. Okay. So that's who's available. I'm just trying to see if that is. I like Deontay Banks because I know a lot of people. Devin Witherspoon. I don't know if he was available. This might be a little.
No, Witherspoon went to the Falcons at 8, but you currently have Deontay Banks, Emmanuel Forbes, Garrett Williams, Hodges Tomlinson, Eli Ricks, Cam Smith, Kelee Ringo. We do like Cam Smith more than PFF because they have him ranked quite low, but I know that you might want to address that need down the line. I mean, what are you thinking?
No, I would say I think it's between the two because the two people I've been hearing about, Banks, Smith, and then Brown. But I think he plays safety if I'm not mistaken. So I'll take Deontay Banks here.
Okay. Deontay Banks goes off the board to the Eagles.
They address the offensive line, who's getting older. They address the cornerback in the first round. They go both sides of the ball here, which is good.
Yeah. A lot of people like Deontay Banks. Got the size. He's 6'2", 205. So, yeah, it makes sense for the Eagles there. I'm on the clock here with the Chiefs. This is our first pick. And to me, it's not really a question. I don't want to go wide receiver yet. I want to address our defensive line, specifically edge rusher. I want to look at the edge rushing position. A lot of options there. BJ Ojolari, I could consider. Definitely Nolan Smith. The this kid out of Kansas State, a lot of people are high on him. Uzama. A lot of people have Isaiah Foskey as a first round pick. I'm gonna go Nolan Smith here. I'm gonna draft Nolan Smith out of out of Georgia. Was injured this year, so wasn't able to really put everything on film that you want. But I'm gonna go ahead and draft him here. He's not the biggest body at the edge position, but I just think we need to add guys to that edge room and just keep. I mean, one of the most important positions on your defense. You want edge, you want cornerback. You really want those two guys solidified. So I'll grab Nolan Smith here at the end of the first round and just kind of build on that defense for the Chiefs. Now we see Cam Smith off the board. Keon White, Emmanuel Forbes goes to the Cardinals. Great pick for them. Luke Musgrave to the Colts.
Oh,
okay, I mean, I don't know, man. You just drafted Jelani Woods. Keely Ringo goes to the Seahawks, and then Anton Harrison goes off the board to the Raiders. And now I got the Lions on the clock. And the Lions, so far, we've drafted Joey Porter Jr. and Bijan Robinson. So we've addressed a cornerback and the running back position.
What are you thinking here?
A lot of options. I think I want to go edge or defensive line again for these Lions.
Yeah.
And I don't know many of the players on the board now at the edge or defensive interior. Who the hell is Andre Carter? Okay, let's have a look. He is 6'7", 260 pounds. Carter has a unique athletic skill set that's built to rush the passer against NFL offensive tackles. He just has to be able to threaten them with power first. Okay. Let's I don't know much about them. I am, PFF definitely has its ups and downs, but I am leaning on their wisdom here. We'll go ahead and draft Andre Carter to the Lions here. Try and improve that defensive line. And then we see the Saints go.
Wow. Sorry.
I don't know who that is, but the Titans went Jahmyr Gibbs. So you assume Derrick Henry is on his way out. BJ Ojolari goes off the board. Will McDonald, Mozzie Smith, Hendon Hooker goes to the Commanders, and now I'm up with the Lions again. Remember that 39th overall pick is what we got to trade back, so we could kind of play around with that pick anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, now the Lions are up on the clock. Let's see. Definitely not Tank Dell. I'm definitely not going to go Tank Dell here. Linebacker could make sense, actually. Lions could use a linebacker. Drew Sanders? They have Drew Sanders this low? No way, dude. They got Drew Sanders as the 95th overall prospect. No way.
No way.
6'5", 232. I mean, this guy is a freaking.
People love him.
He's a monster. I mean, this is a no-brain pick for me. I mean, PFF's going to say it's too high.
You're kidding me.
I mean, I'm going to grab Drew Sanders here. I think a lot of people would consider Drew Sanders as the first linebacker that should go off the board.
Yeah.
So for me to get him at the middle of the second round, I'm feeling pretty good about this haul that we have so far for the Lions. And guess who's on the clock now? The Lions. The Lions are back on the clock. Darnell Wright goes off the board. Darnell Washington to the Bucks, and Foskey also goes off the board. So far, the Lions, we have Cam Smith. We've improved our cornerback room. We have Bijan Robinson, so our offense is going to be even better. We got Andre Carter to rush the quarterback for us, and we got Drew Sanders to be an absolute monster over the middle of the field. I mean, I feel like I'm killing it for the Lions so far. Maybe we can make a luxury pick here.
Makes the Lux. Who's available?
Imagine I go Zach Charbonnet or something stupid like that.
Because you have a tight end. You have a... what is it? Tight end, linebacker.
We could go tight end, but there's no tight end I want to take this early.
Yeah,
anymore.
I think it's too early now for tight ends.
Yeah, is there any safeties on the board? Sidney Brown is there. That's interesting, but he probably doesn't need to go this early. Actually, I think Sidney Brown's a great fit here, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
this is actually Chase Brown's brother.
Yeah, Chase Brown downtown. That's what I was thinking for the Eagles in the first. I said, I mean, is Chase Brown or Sidney Brown there?
Yeah, let's go Sidney Brown here. So, before the second round is even finished, the Detroit Lions have addressed safety with Sidney Brown. They've addressed linebacker with Drew Sanders. They've addressed edge with Andre Carter II. They've gotten better on offense with Bijan Robinson, and they addressed cornerback with Joey Porter Jr. The Lions just are destroying this draft so far in a good way.
All right, who's on the clock here next? Am I next?
Yes, the Giants are on the clock.
Oh, Giants on the clock. Who is available at wide receiver right now?
Good question. So you've got Tank Dell, Josh Downs, Kayshon Boutte, Rashee Rice, Michael Wilson, Parker Washington.
I think it's Booty.
I agree.
It's Booty for sure. I mean, if he falls to the second here at the end of the round,
yeah,
we have a top tight end, and then Kayshon Boutte in the second. So you continue to build on these positional players with Danny Dimes, and I definitely like that.
Yeah, Boutte is probably a steal of the draft there. So you guys address your biggest need. Your first pick was Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah.
So you need a receiving threat. He absolutely brings that. And you bring another receiving threat through a wide receiver with Boutte. I like it. Now the Eagles are up on the clock here.
Take me to the running backs.
Okay. Because running backs, Charbonnet's on the board.
We drafted an offensive lineman. We drafted a cornerback in Banks. So we got Peter Skoronski, Banks, and surely we go with the running back here.
I like it.
I would definitely say it will probably best player available in my rankings and in PFF is Sharpie, right?
Well, I know you like Sean Tucker.
Right, I do like Sean Tucker.
Sean Tucker's available, but it's up to you. You make the pick. It's your team.
I think they will go with the bigger guy personally.
Okay.
I think they would go Sharpie. I do believe. Yeah, I think they would go Sharpie personally.
Okay.
I don't see Sean Tucker going to the. It would be nice. I would love it.
Yeah.
But I think a bigger running back, a bulldozer, a guy that can come in and get the carries and catch the ball out of the outfield.
You don't need to spend too much on the running back position with Miles Sanders, so you let him move on. Yeah, so is Charbonnet the pick here?
Yes, it will be Sharpie.
Okay, so Charbonnet goes off the board. I think that makes a lot of sense. And to get him this late, I know some people will be like, what do you mean this late? I really like Charbonnet. He's my RB3 in the class. To get him this late feels very good. And now the Chiefs are on the clock. I mean, Josh Downs is there. I think that could make a lot of sense for us here. Xavier Hutchinson is there, which reading the board, I can get him later. Where did we go with the first pick for the Chiefs? I'm trying to remember. We went edge, right? Nolan Smith. So we went edge rusher with the first pick. Although there are... Can we go double edge? Is that crazy to say?
Yeah, this is where it kind of gets like, okay, who?
I feel like we could go double edge here. I mean... we could go double edge, but we did just draft George Karlaftis. We could improve our cornerback room. Eli Ricks is on the board. I do like Eli Ricks. Garrett Williams is also on the board. 6 foot 189, Garrett Williams. Eli Ricks is just very versatile, 6'2", 190. I think we're going to grab Eli Ricks here.
Okay.
We're gonna grab Eli Ricks. That cornerback room is already very, very young. So let's go ahead and just get a couple more guys in there, a little bit more talent. So we'll grab Eli Ricks there. And you are the next pick with the Giants in the third round.
Oh, my gosh.
Just key names. Josh Downs went to the Broncos.
Right.
Just trying to find key names that, you would know. Cedric Tillman to the Titans. Tanner McKee goes to the Falcons. Rashee Rice goes to the Packers. Rashawn Johnson to the Seahawks. Tajay Spears to the Dolphins. Tyler Scott to the Chargers. Marvin Mims to the Ravens. And now you're on the clock here.
Okay. What out of curiosity, take me to the linebackers. Is there like a I don't know. I'm trying to think of names that
DeMarvion Overshawn from the Texans is available. Don't know much about him, but according to PFF, this isn't a reach for him here. He's our 82nd ranked player, and you're at 89.
Okay, never mind. What about best available offensive lineman?
Offensive lineman, I think it's pretty weak at this point now. As far as like guards and centers, no one here that's really of value according to them. As far as tackles, same thing. Like the first offensive tackle and interior lineman is ranked 131 at this point.
Okay.
According to PFF.
All right, and then one last position, take me to like cornerbacks and safeties and stuff.
Okay, so cornerbacks and safeties.
Who would be available here? You
do have Travius Hodges Tomlinson. I don't know if you remember him from the playoffs. He was playing pretty well. A lot of people like him. He's undersized at 5'9", 180 though.
Is he fast though?
I think he is quick.
Because we have
Christopher Smith from Georgia is available at safety. He would be a steal here according to PFF.
Let's do Christopher Smith, Georgia guy. We need a safety. I mean, we don't know if Jordan Love walks.
Yeah. Julian Love, yeah.
Julian Love, sorry. Said Jordan Love. Yes.
Okay, so Christopher Smith is off the board. And at this point, we really don't know defensive players, let's be honest.
We don't know anyone.
A-Chain goes to the Bills. Tucker Kraft goes to the Bengals. Sam Laporta goes to the Panthers. You have the Eagles here. Let's finish in the fourth round. We'll make fourth round last round here. That will do.
Okay. So I'm with the Eagles here.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll just continue going defensive, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't see them going for wide receivers or another running back. Who's best player available? Maybe
Tank Dell or Carl Brooks.
Why don't we do that TCU guy that you said?
Okay.
That
sure.
cornerback.
Hodges Tomlinson is off the board then.
Yeah.
And now the Chiefs are up on the clock again. We've got Eli Ricks in the second. We've got Nolan Smith in the first. So we've really gone defensive with both of those picks. Let's go receiver here. Who's the best receiver in my eyes on the board? That would be Xavier Hutchinson. To me, Xavier Hutchinson's the best receiver here available.
Okay.
I know Tank Dell is there. We're not huge Tank Dell guys. So, let's grab Xavier Hutchinson here. He goes to the Chiefs. Then we see Tank Dell to the Commanders, which that would be interesting. And now the Cowboys are the Giants are up on the clock. Actually, let's end it here at the third round. We don't know what we're doing at this point. So
No. This is the pick that we traded away for Kadarius Toney. So take me to the wide receivers.
Okay, wide receivers. You have Michael Wilson, Parker Washington, Jaden Reed, A.T. Perry, Jalen Moreno Cropper.
I'll just do Parker Washington off the top of my head.
So Parker Washington goes to the Giants. By the way, Sean Tucker went to the Raiders in the fourth round. Just keeping up with some big names. Zach Evans went to the Patriots in the fourth. Chiefs are on the clock here. And we're going to call it there. But in the first 3 rounds, here's what we did. The Lions got Joey Porter. The Eagles got Peter Skoronski. Then the Lions went back and got Bijan Robinson. Dalton Kincaid went to the Giants. Deontay Banks went to the Eagles. Nolan Smith to the Chiefs. Andre Carter to the Lions. I think the Lions would absolutely be hitting a home run if they drafted like this. Drew Sanders in the second round, as well as Sidney Brown. Kayshon Boutte went to the Giants. Huge deal. Zach Charbonnet to the Eagles. We like that. Eli Ricks to the Chiefs. And then Christopher Smith to the Giants. Hodges Tomlinson to the Eagles. And Xavier Hutchinson to the Chiefs. And Parker Washington to the Giants. So a little bit different. Not what we normally do, but hope it was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
It was fun.
After the first round, the defensive players were like,
wait, who?
Who are these people? I don't know.
At least for us, we don't really know the depth,
Yeah.
the depth in the draft compared to some other content creators or people like that.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us. Friendly reminder, if you want to follow us over on Twitter, we are trying to interact a little bit more over there on Twitter. There's my handle. Here is Badake's handle. If you want to drop us a follow over there, sometimes we tweet out some interesting stuff. And yeah, that should be it. We will not be live tomorrow, so we will have to see you guys, not tomorrow, but the next day.
Yes.
Content still coming out. All love, guys. We will see you guys very, very soon. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll talk to you very soon.
Love.